where we are today is Bitcoin's the winner. And Bitcoin's the winner with 20,000 competitors, and everybody that's launched a clone, or sometimes they'll take it and they'll try to add more functionality to it, or they'll add more performance to it. And all of those have failed compared to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's protocol is engineered ideally to do the job of long-term digital store of value. So I think that the best way to think of it is Bitcoin has risen through a very Darwinian open competition in the market to be the most robust, most secure, most accepted, most trusted digital asset network in the world. Well, the idea is always, how do I take a block of money, like $1 million, and move it from one part of the earth to the other part of the earth instantly for free and store it on a computer? That's the idea. People tried to create that 40, 50 times, and all the experiments failed before Bitcoin. So Bitcoin wasn't the first. It was just the first one to work. And then subsequent to that, people copied it 20,000 times. So there have been 20,000 other coins that were launched. I mean, you can copy and paste the code, or cut and paste it and launch your own network tomorrow. So thousands and thousands of times people created other versions. And the question is, which network is going to be dominant? And figuring out which network is going to be the dominant one is kind of like asking the question, which species of small mammal will dominate in North America? Well, you could launch 10,000 of them, and only one of them can hold that spot in the ecosystem. So it's very Darwinian. And over the course of the next 12 years, you saw other versions of cryptocurrencies launch. And the most famous example of a fight between various cryptocurrencies was the fork wars, or the block size wars, that took place around from 2015 to 2018. And that's when Bitcoin was forked off into Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi Vision and certain other varieties. And the debate was, what's the right protocol? Which one is going to be most censorship resistant? Which one will be most robust, most secure? Which one meets the needs of the market? And what are the needs of the market? Does the market value hard money? Or does the market value some functional, fast, speedy medium of exchange? Lots of debate. Bitcoin doesn't need to be faster. It doesn't need to be more functional. For example, in New York City, the city is sitting on top of bedrock schist. You know how old that bedrock is? 400 million years. 400 million years. Do you have to change it? Like, you can build different buildings on it, right? You can put different companies in the buildings. You can change the menu in the restaurant in the building on the bedrock. The menu changes every few months. The company changes every few years. The building changes every few decades. The stone is there for hundreds of millions of years. Bitcoin is, in essence, the foundation of the cyber economy. What you need to do is know that you have a block of energy, say $1 billion worth of energy, 1/21 millionth of all the energy in cyberspace. You're building on that block of energy. Once you've built that block of energy, you can build any number of companies and applications and products. The one thing that's, and if you want speed, right, you build an application like Square Cash App is an application running on Bitcoin. You can move 1 million transactions an hour for free on Cash App. And you can build all sorts of beautiful functionality and beautiful colors and build it into every type of product. And it's fine. And you can change it every month or every 3 months. You don't need to change Bitcoin to create application functionality. And I think you see that all around. So there are certain people in the crypto economy that think you have to change the layer ones and put all the functionality in the layer ones, but they're dismissing the layer 2 and the layer 3. It's kind of like If I build something in New York City, right, I've got the granite or the schist, I've got the building, I've got the company. That's one way to look at it. And they're each vibrating at different frequencies. Another way to think of it is I have mineral energy in the form of schist. I have metallic energy in the form of steel. And I have another form of energy called glass. And I build a building on top of bedrock out of steel with glass. And you need all three. And so to say, well, we just need to build the entire thing out of schist and it's too heavy and I can't see through it. And so I need God to change physics and make rock that I can see through that weighs 1/100th as much. It's just the wrong way to look at it, because you end up building a glass house on a glass foundation with glass, beams. And it does take a rocket scientist to figure out that you end up with something very brittle and fragile. And that's not what you want. It's a benefit to Bitcoin that they've never moved. And if they were to move, it would undermine Bitcoin. I don't think it would be fatal or catastrophic, but it wouldn't be positive. And to understand the significance of the coins, we have to go back to the theory of property versus the theory of securities. If I create a network as a company and I have control over that network, if my developers can change the protocol, and if I own a large chunk of that network, then that begins to look like a security in the eyes of the law. Like MicroStrategy stock is a security. If you launch a company and you have equity, it's a security. And if it is a security, then you have ethical legal obligations to disclose the disposition of those securities to the general public when you sell it to them. The thing that's always been very special about Bitcoin is what they call the Immaculate Conception. The idea that the network was launched without any intent to make money. There was not an ICO. There was never an IPO or an ICO. There was not a venture capitalist involved. There's no group of developers that own 20% of the Bitcoin network. There's no foundation that controlled a treasury. Satoshi is the founder, but a pseudonymous founder that disappeared within a few years after launching the network. And the coins that were mined by Satoshi or allegedly mined by Satoshi never moved. And so the implication is this is not a security. This is property. Bitcoin is the foundation. And when you engineer it, you want to engineer something that is secure and durable forever. What number one criteria is, I want to know no one's going to change it for 1,000 years.